Hello, and welcome back to Don't Starve. Where last we left off, I had finished exploring the southern wing of the map as well as the other wings that I've gotten through. Uh, I had discovered 3 of the 5 thingies needed for winning the game, and I had gathered up tons and tons and tons of stuff with which to set up a base camp. And now it's time to set up a base camp. I had chosen this area as well last game, just for ready availability of rabbits and relatively central seeming location, and clearly I was right on both counts, which is great. Uh, right, without any further ado, let's get back to setting up base camp. This garland is almost rotten. I'm gonna need a new one soon. Also, the day is running thin. Tell you what I'm gonna do. Let us save some of these inventions for later. Let's continue to set up rabbit traps while there's still light. I mean, I recognize I'm burning through my my resources to do this, but I also did manage to get a very respectable quantity of shrubbery, grass, and sapling bases, along with a hefty sack of crap to go fertilize it. Finding the Pig King and the Pig encampment and making the decision to turn all those berries into crap is probably the best tactical decision I made. Man, there are rabbits aplenty here. Okay, and the night creeps up on us. We're gonna need to toss something in the fire for fuel. Oh, we'll just toss a sapling in or something. Yeah, it's perfect. And I do want literally every rabbit hole trapped. I mean, since I have such an abundance of resources, it's worth it. Alright, night is actually not going to be that long. And I'm going to need more time than just the night to set up my whole base camp. Let's kill all these rabbits. Just to make room in my inventory for stuff. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to start planting all night starting now instead of later. One thing that concerns me is how close I built my base to these rabbit holes, that the 2 traps immediately west of my base may never get filled up during the average night stay at my base. But even that is only a minor concern, because the truth is, I'm not going to be staying here most of the day, hopefully. At least most days I'm not. And as long as I get out, there should be time for rabbits to come out and wander. And having one or 2 filled traps right within light distance of my base is going to be convenient. You know, maybe I'm making too big a deal of planting these as tight as possible. Maybe it's not that important. The only really important thing is that they should all be within lightning rod range, and they are. And they should all be within campfire range so that I can gather overnight, and clearly they are. Actually, a side reason I wanted to wait till nightfall to plant these. Notice how I rotated the screen entirely so that the obstructive saplings were above me. It's not a coincidence. I find it a little bit easier to plant that way. Wow. There we go. I think that's back to normal. No, its orientation is still off. I'm gonna have to look at the map to figure out how I oriented my base. Exactly. Yeah, this is definitely not correct. No, wait. Yeah, okay, this is correct. Southwest is the pig encampment. Let us go ahead and start cooking. Unless I can get the crock pot invented very quickly. Actually, we may be able to do that. What does it cost now? I need more boards for my alchemy engine. So I'm still gonna need more boards for my alchemy engine. Okay, fair enough. Ah! Wrong button! Well, not wrong button, just I had the wrong tool equipped. I was just gonna harvest it. Well, no matter. Let us replant all the grass plants. My base just visibly looks messy instead of organized. I'm gonna need to fix that eventually. Why are you hungry? Oh, I didn't eat the rabbits, I just cooked them. I'll eat them in a second. Right now I'm busy planting. Okay. Should have enough manure for everything actually, but... yeah, I definitely have enough for everything I brought back with me. And again, the reason I prioritize saplings over grass is because one, I've set up my home on a grassy knoll, so there's going to be many places to pick up grass nearby, and two, oh wow, I just barely had enough for everything. Two, saplings don't require fertilizer, so they're easier to just plug and play rather than having to set them up further. Okay, next step. I would like my crock pot, and I would like a golden shovel. To acquire these materials, we will head southeast to the nearest set of trees. Build a axe. How are we doing on flint, by the way? We have a respectable stack, but not a massive stack. So I'm gonna need to get more flint sooner rather than later. The thing is, with the presence of a pig king and gold, it becomes infinite. Because food for gold is not a hard, or meat for gold is not a hard trade for a person capable of carrying 20 bunnies at a time. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do is carry all of my... try and craft more and more golden tools rather than flint-based tools to preserve my flint stock. That said, flint is also much more convenient, especially early on, as the root of all things, and if I die for some reason, I'm probably going to want to have a stock of flint just sitting there. I also think it's required for making spears, which are totally my weapon of choice for the longest time in this game. Actually, you know what? Take every sapling you find with you, please. So that's kind of a plan too. I really should recruit a pig to help me dig, but the amount of energy required to recruit a pig right now is more than I'm willing to put in, relative to the only theoretical benefit. Gotcha. I do have one more piece of crap that I can take a sapling with me for. Drop that. Grab that. I want to eat it, please. Eat that. And get back to tree hugging. Hugging with an axe. I trust you see how that's a hug. Give me a hug, Mr. Tree. Hug the blade of my axe. Okay, my flower garland is on its very last leg. If indeed it ever had legs. Cool. Get some berries and continue the jacking. Lumberjacking. Herp, derp, 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 derp. Yeah, I totally left one of my drops behind. That's fine. I'm not that concerned about it. I do want a decent stock of lumber before I head back to base. I'm gonna be making a crock pot and some drying racks for meat and my new science machine. So I'm fairly sure I'm gonna need wood. Also, I'd like to make some treasure chests, or at least one, which will also take wood, and all these things put together are just gonna add up. God, it gets really dark when you're not on the bright plains. How's that axe doing? It's still got half its health. I want this axe to be obliviated, and I'm gonna plant the pine cones nearer to my base for next time. We are a fair distance south of the base, so let us head west, just to explore a little bit more of the dark space. Okay, the garland is completely deteriorated. Sanity is now draining. Not rapidly or anything, but it is going down instead of up. What I need to do is learn spider nets and... I need to replant a flower farm nearer to my home. Just to have it available. So that I can have a guilt-free approach to taking down massive quantities of of flowers. Oh crap, I'm out of space for that? Fine. Just drop it then. It looks like we're coming up on the hard edge of the map. I just put a spear in my hands. Okay. Yeah, that's the hard edge. Okay, fair enough. Let us head back to base. It's pretty close to nightfall. I do have a torch, right? Okay, good. Okay, there we go. I'll light this up with a few pine cones. Torch should do the trick. This is sufficiently far north of my base. Oh crap. Okay, fine, we won't plant the rest of these acorns tonight then. Let us get to work on that second tier science machine. Sciencey machine. Science alchemy engine. How about just west of the science machine, north of the science machine? Hold on, just put it somewhere, damn it. There we go. Luxury tools include the regal shovel. It is done. I now have a shovel of awesome. Cool. In terms of furnishings, where's that chest? Pretty sure it's just gonna require wooden planks, but let's empty out an inventory slot by planting the remainder of these. This had better be within range of the... Okay, good it is. Nothing would suck worse than having the entire forest I planted on my own light up. And then we're just gonna go ahead and make another one just a short distance away, which should prevent cross... You know, if I accidentally light one on fire, I won't lose everything. Totally can happen, don't laugh. Okay, 2 glades in the bag. Structures, papyrus, whatever. Log suit, weapons, structures, hay wall, stone wall, chest. Requires, holy crap, that's a lot of wooden planks. I thought it would take 1 or 2. It requires like 12 logs straight. Okay, well that should do it. Go ahead and prototype me the desired box. And we're gonna set it here. And this is going to be a box devoted to the storage of live rabbits. Now that might sound weird, but bear with me. Rabbits are, until you kill them, a non-spoiling resource, right? So as long as and you're allowed to hold them in your inventory. The problem is they take up a whole inventory slot and don't stack, which is a pain. But if I put them in a box, don't know if that's allowed, but ha! It works! I will totally have a cache of rabbits available to eat whenever I like, with the understanding, of course, that I will gain the naughtiness points for having killed them, and the Krampus might attack, or whatever other bad things happen when you have too many of those. But you know, while we're imagining calamities, let us factor in how bad it is to starve to death. And for those winter days where you just can't seem to get quite enough food no matter what you do, a rabbit box makes total sense. Storing the energy of the work I've done now for later. Hell, this makes me want to have a second box. Look how well the Project Rabbit box is gone. It's the equivalent of what I used to do with my drying rack strategy, honestly, where I would keep large quantities of jerky hanging on the racks for later. In fact, I will make a second box, but the second box will be to maintain game-winning items and the like, just so they're not lying on the ground. Man, I am burning my way through my wood supply pretty damn fast. God, what is that noise? I'm gonna have to change up the way the ambient noises run on this game, because it is really irritating. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3 of the thingies. Let's also put large stacks of raw resources that I don't otherwise have a use for. Like, I'm actually gonna get rid of the reeds and turn them into papyrus and then store papyrus. Okay, there we go. Another. I'm done. It's gonna be important not to fight pigs or things that turn on fire. Like, there are fire hounds that actually burst into flames when they die. It's gonna be very important not to fight them here, because this is a very close cluster. I would lose the whole thing. Let's see what the food tab has to offer in terms of construction. Farms and improved forms require crap. Drying racks require rope. Crockpot requires cut stone. Okay, let's start with the crockpot, because that's hugely important. Not as concerned about the lighting right now. Where's the food? And we'll just keep it nice and central. Right here. Start manufacturing rope for the drying racks. Food, where's the food? There it is. Drying racks also require... Wait, there we go. That's everything. And the drying racks can be a little bit further away from everything. I'm willing to go out to harvest my jerky. Oh, damn. I don't have enough charcoal? Oh, because I built the crockpot, that's why. Cool. I have 1. Any rabbits been trapped lately? See, this is an issue. The fact that rabbits don't get trapped when I'm at the base, and I'm always going to be at the base at night, it basically means if I'm at the base during the day, I'm going to have to rely on my peripheral rabbit traps. Which, now that I've said out loud, actually sounds a hell of a lot less limiting than I was initially worried it would be. I should probably waste my crappy shovel first. How are we doing for light? Fine, just fine. Alrighty, back to the camp, where we will murderize a rabbit, put it on the drying rack, and then murderize another rabbit to cook. Do we have a sapling to drop on the fire? We do, but unfortunately I couldn't seem to click on it correctly. There we go. That's why you always carry a torch. For that misclick that nearly cost me all my life. Alright, we'll put up another bush up here. I said we'll put up another bush up here. I said we'll put up another bush up here. There we go. Keep the grass coming. And that's as good a place to stop as any, because we have just set up base camp. It is now rolling. We've got 9 rabbits stored against future need. We've got several berry racks good to go as well. The next question becomes what to do from here. My anticipated goals will be to... Well, I have a choice. I can try to set up a honey farm, or I can try to set up a honey farm will require me to kill spiders, get lots and lots of silk webs, and honestly, that might not be a bad move in general, just because I'm going to want warm clothing come winter. I guess I can get the snow hat and the rabbit earmuffs and the like, and just wear my beard out. So I've got a lot of options. I have almost a couple in-game weeks, if I recall correctly. Let's see, what are we at now? Day 9? So I've got like an in-game 15-ish days, 10-15 days to play with here. So it comes down to what I want to do rather than what I have to do next. I think my priority will be to get healing items going, and that means honey poultice, and that means bees. And for that, I'm going to have to break some of these honeycombs and bring them over. I'm going to need lots of wood, and I'm going to need to capture live bees with a net. Net means needing spider silk. Spider silk means spider farming. Spider farming means here. This wormhole. Alternatives would be... I haven't discovered any spiders any closer. I think what I'll do is... Well, I'll make up those decisions on the fly next time. For the time being, however, day 9, and all's going really, really well. Of course, it always goes well with day 9. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys next time.